Okay, so in this case T3 is going and T3 is connected to M3, M2 and M1. So you can write T3 is equal to M1 plus M2 plus M3 into A, and T2 is connected to only M2 and M1. So you can write T2 is equal to M1 plus M2 into A. And what is T1? T1 is equal to M1 into A, that's it. No need to by heart any formulas. Without free body diagram I am solving the problem, that's it. Now if you want to find out acceleration, how will you find out acceleration? Yes, acceleration is equal to, what are you going to do find out the acceleration here? Acceleration means net force by net mass, no? So what is the net force which is pulling all the three? Is it not T3? Yes. So you can write T3 by net mass is M1 plus M2 plus M3. Okay. So in the problem I think it will be T3 will be given. For example, find T1, T2 but T3 will be given here. T3 is equal, let us imagine it is 40 newtons. If it is given, then only you can find out. Otherwise you cannot find out. He might have given T3. Otherwise you can't find out. Okay. So what about this problem? How can you solve this problem? For this I will give one small trick here. For example, these two are the blocks having masses small m and capital M, and force F is acting on that. Okay. So find the contact force between 4, 2m and also m and 2m, and that is possible only when there is certain force acting here, is it? Some force should be acting here. I think it is given. Is it given? Okay. So here in the problem he has given 36 newtons there or 40 newtons, whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay? Chalega. So what are you going to do here? You have to find out the contact force between the two blocks. What is the meaning of contact force? Contact forces is nothing but action reaction forces here. With how much force this block will push this smaller block, with the same force small block will push the larger block. This is called as contact force. Is it? So here all the two are moving with an acceleration. The same acceleration they will move. So acceleration is equal to net force by net mass. Net force is F and net mass is small m plus capital M. If they are M1 and M2, then you can write F is equal to M1 plus M2. You just take a free body diagram of smaller mass. On smaller mass, contact force acting is F, and in same direction A. So F can be taken as M into A. F is equal to M into A. A means capital F by small m plus capital M. This is the formula to find out the contact force. Is it? Then how can you find out the contact force here? For example, the contact force between these two is considered as small f1, and these two are taken as f2. Okay, you can find out f2 very easily by taking the 4m mass. In this direction only f2 is acting. All the three are moving with same acceleration. This is also moving with same acceleration. So f2 is equal to 4m. Is it? What is f2? 4m, that's it. 4m and a. Is it? 4m into a though, because all the three are moving with same acceleration. Okay. So you have to find out what is this f2. For that you have to find out first of all what is acceleration. How will you find out acceleration in this case? Acceleration is equal to net force is F and net mass is 7m. Is it? Then what is f2? 4m into a. A means F by 7m. So what is your answer? 4F by 7. Is it? Okay? And you have to find out what is F1. You can take this block and this block, but easiest way is taking this block because it is free and separate. If you take this block again, F2 will be involved in that. It's a very tough job for us. So take this small m here, and what are the forces acting on this? Capital F. In this direction F1 is acting. This is going right side. Resultant force is also right side. So you can write Fr is equal to capital F minus F1. Fr is equal to m into a, capital F minus F1 here. So you have to find out F1. F1 is equal to capital F minus m into a. Okay, and you also know what is a here. So you can write F1 is equal to capital F minus m into a. What is a here? F by 7m. F by 7m. Okay, so this is going to be how much? 7f minus f. 6f by 7 is f1, is it? So we got f2 and also f2 is 4f by 7, f1 is 6f by 7. Okay? Understood? Any doubts? Now, in this case, if the braking strength of the wire is 600 newtons, find maximum acceleration of climbing up. Okay, so what is the meaning of this question? What should be the maximum acceleration with which the man of weight, that is mass 50 kgs, has to climb so that the string will not break, because it is going to break at 600 newtons. Understood? Did you understand the question here? So what should be the acceleration of this man so that he will climb up, and braking strength is 600 newtons. Find the maximum acceleration. So here, if you take a man of 50 kgs as a dot, how many forces are acting upwards? Tension will be upwards, mg is downwards, acceleration is upwards, resultant force also upwards. Okay, so what is the resultant force here? Resultant force is equal to tension minus mg. Resultant force is ma, which is equal to tension minus mg. So T is equal to m into g plus a. Okay, so T is equal to m into g plus a, and you know that if tension crosses 600 newtons, the thread is going to break. Understand? So maximum limit of tension is 600 newtons. You have to apply here 600 and find the answer. That's it. Okay, so can you do this one now? In the place of tension you have to write 600, because it is a limit. Beyond that the tension is going to, the string is going to break here. Okay, so that's why it is called as breaking tension, which is 600 newtons. Beyond that it cannot withstand, it is going to break. Okay, so therefore 600 is equal to how much? This is 50 into 10 plus a. You have to find out what is an acceleration here. This type of question can be asked in another way also. Here, for example, here this is part A question. Then what will be the part B? If he asks like this, he may ask like this also. Here, find the acceleration of climbing down if braking strength is 300 newtons. Okay, understood? 300 newtons. What is the meaning of this? Now in the next case here, in the next case what I am going to discuss, this is the rope and this is the man who is going to climb. Okay, now he has to climb down. Why he has to climb down? Tension upwards, tension is mass, weight acting downwards here. And what is the weight acting downwards? Weight is equal to mg. Mass is 50, g is 10, 500 newtons is the weight here. Okay, weight is exceeding the braking strength. Weight is exceeding the braking strength. Understand? If he stops, it will break. So continuously he has to go down with an acceleration so that the string will not break. Is it clear? He should be continuously going downward with a acceleration so that the string will not break here. So in this case also the similar way you have to do the problem here. But the thing is, now if a boy or a man is considered to be this point here, then tension is acting upwards, mg is acting downwards, acceleration is down, resultant force also down, So resultant force is equal to mg minus t. This is going to be m into a, which is equal to mg minus t. Therefore, t is equal to m into g minus a or mg minus ma. Okay. So now, in this case, also you can solve the problem by taking tension as 300 and mass is 50 and g is 10. You have to find out what is a in this case. Okay. Is it clear? So continuously if he is moving down with a acceleration, then only it will not break. If he stops, it will break. But in this case, if he stops, it is not going to break, because tension going to add up here. Here tension going to subtract here. Understand? So tension, what it is going to become here? In this case, tension is going to become m into g minus a. And there is one formula here. What is that formula? General formula. What is the general formula? Tension when something is going upwards is considered to be T up, which is going to be m into g plus a. And tension when it is going to be down here, it is going to be m into g minus a. This is a general formula. Wherever you go, you can apply it. Okay. So you can find out now what is an acceleration in both the cases. Okay. So here also you can find out acceleration, that is 600 is equal to 50 into 10 plus 2, 10 plus a here. You have to find out a in this case. You have to find out a in this case also. So next thing is, what is the acceleration and tensions in this case of the weights here? Okay. How can you do this one now? Without using free body diagram, I will tell you shortcuts also. You need not use any free body diagram here. Generally, you can solve this problem. For example, here, if you consider this is the block having tension T1, this is also tension T1. This is the another tension which is taken as T2 here. Okay. So as these two are large compared to this one, might be possible that these two will go this way and this will raise in the upward direction. Understood? So generally, what is the formula actually? I will tell you a shortcut formula, so that without using any free body diagram, you can solve the problems here. And what is that formula? Acceleration is equal to unbalanced weight by total mass. What is the unbalance? For example, you just imagine this to be m1, this is m2 and this is m3. What will be the general formula here? I will tell you. You all know that in this direction, what is the force acting in this direction? Mg sin theta is acting. Along the slope, always mg sin theta is acting, you know about that. Okay. So acceleration means unbalanced weight. So in this direction, what is the weight moving in this direction? m3 g sin theta. In this direction again, m2g sin theta again. So these two are moving in this direction, so I will take it as positive. This is moving upwards because it is lesser one. Minus m1 into g, that's it. Because m1g is acting downwards, there is no angle here. Okay, that's it. Divided by total mass, m1 plus m2 plus m3. You can find out. Now, how can you find out the tensions here? I will tell you the formula also for that. Now, you are imagining that the block is going upwards here, is it? The block is moving upwards because 5 plus 3 is 8. Comparatively, they are large than this 2 kg mass here. So now, here I have to find out tension T1. You can take the formula of tension up. Tension up is nothing but m1 into g plus a or mg plus ma. By using this shortcut formula, you can find out tension T1. How can you find out tension T2 now? This is going in this direction, is it? So can you write this? How can you find out this formula T2 now? This can be taken as only m3 is connected now. So this only m3 is connected here. So you can take T2 is equal to m3g sin theta, okay, plus ma. Actually, if it was not having any angle, like it was vertically downwards, then what will you do? M3G plus M3A. That's it, no? They will get add up. Understand? But it is coming down, then what happens? They will become subtracted. Because this is going upwards, you will consider this as minus of M3A. So this gets minus A. Understood? So tension can be found by using this formula. T2. Simple shortcut here. Instead of writing all the free body diagrams, this is the method of solving here. If you substitute the values here, you will get the answer. Okay. So these are the tensions you can find out by using this formula. And this is an acceleration. Now I will solve this one also. Without using any free body diagram, you can solve this one. This block will move definitely upwards. This will come downwards as this is larger than this one. Here tension is T1. Here tension is T2, let us imagine. As this is moving upwards, tension upwards will become how much? Mg plus Ma. Okay? And this is coming down. Tension down will become Mg minus Ma. But in both the cases, masses are different here. Okay? Masses are different. So we can write now, tension T1 is upward, so 3 into G plus A, and this is tension down will become 5 into G minus A. But how can you find out acceleration here? Just now I told you that the formula for acceleration is unbalanced weight by total mass. Unbalanced means these two are unbalanced here. This is already on the horizontal surface, you did not take that one. Unbalanced weights I am taking. So these two are unbalanced weights. This is balanced weight because N is cancelled by Mg. Understand? N is cancelling this Mg, so these two are balanced. These two are unbalanced. That's why this is coming down, this is moving up. So only you have to consider these two. How you have to consider these two? Unbalanced weight means, for example, this is M3, this is M1, and this is M2. Your formula will become M3G minus M1G by total mass is M1 plus M2 plus M3. Total masses means all the three you have to consider. Unbalanced weights means only you have to take the weight difference which are hanging, that's it. The one which is resting will not consider. So this is a shortcut formula you can solve. Understood? Come on. We just go ahead with this. So we just see here. Now, if you take this as tension T, what is this? Tension only. And what is this? Tension. This is also tension. And in this direction, the component of this will become T cos theta, and the component of here it becomes T cos theta, is it? And now T and T, this is going to become 2T. This completely it is in equilibrium. This is completely equilibrium means no acceleration at all. All the blocks are at rest now. All the blocks are at rest. He is asking us to find out what is alpha. It's very simple to do. What are you going to do now? This is 2 cos alpha and this is T cos alpha. Therefore, 2T cos alpha is equal to m by 2. Is it? But here, what is this? 2T is equal to m into g. Therefore, T can be taken as mg by 2. This is equation number 2. This is 1. Substituting 2 in 1, you can find out what is alpha here. So 2 into, instead of T, what are you going to write now? mg by 2 cos alpha is equal to m by 2. So m by 2 gets cancelled. Cos alpha is going to be how much? Yes? Karaji. See here, 2T cos theta is equal to m by 2 into g लिखना नहीं आगे. You have to consider this as downwards, m by 2 g लेना इधर भी. So we will be getting m by 2 g here also. So gg also gets cancelled. Cos alpha is equal to 1 by 2, which is equal to cos 60. So alpha is equal to 60 degrees. You got the answer. Understood? It's very simple. You have to take tension, tension, tension. This is tension. Two tensions are upwards means downwards will become T, T plus T is 2T. mg is acting downwards. 2T is acting upwards. So as the blocks are at equilibrium, 2T will become is equal to mg, T will become mg by 2. And here T and T means T cos alpha, 2T cos alpha is equal to m by 2 into g. m by 2 into g. Instead of tension you write mg by 2 here. mg by 2 gets cancelled. Cos alpha is equal to 1 by 2, that is alpha is equal to 60. Okay. Now this is also 2 kg, this is also 2 kg. But this angle is larger. That means this slope is more. Inclinedness is more here. Here inclinedness is less. Definitely you can say that acceleration will be in this direction. And I told you acceleration shortcut formula is unbalanced weight by net mass. So unbalanced weight in this case is, let us imagine this is m1, this is m2. So m1g sine 53 minus m2g sine 37 divided by m1 plus m2. Understand? Is it okay? So why I am writing unbalanced weight by net mass? Because you all know A is equal to F by M, and this is net force by net mass. As you know, according to Newton's second law, force net is equal to mass net into acceleration. F is equal to ma. And what is the unbalanced weight? Unbalanced weight will become net force. Net force will become difference of weights here. Is it clear? For example, if it was a pulley like this, as these are inclined now, if the pulley is present here in such a way that this is 3 kg and this is 2 kg, definitely this will go down, this will move up. At that time A is equal to unbalanced force by net mass भी लिख सकते हैं. Unbalanced force or unbalanced weight both are same, because force is nothing but force due to gravity here. So unbalanced force by net mass. What is unbalanced force? This is m2 and this is m1. m2g minus m1g by m1 plus m2. Okay, this is tension, this is also tension. This is coming down, this is moving up. So T down is equal to mg minus ma. What is that? m2g minus m2a. And this is upwards, no? So T up is equal to m1 into g plus m1 into a. If it is going up, you have to add. If it is going down, you have to subtract. As in the case of lift, I think you remember lift. Normal reaction when the lift is moving up is m into g plus a, and when the lift is going down is m into g minus a. Did you remember the concept of lift? So generally it's very simple. This is the formula you have to apply. But in this case, how to find out the tension? How to find out the tension? Here also tension is there, here also tension is there. See here, you need not do all these two. Any one formula is enough, no? Because only one tension you have to find out. If you apply both, you will get the same answer. If you want, you can just check out. But why to take both? You can take this one or this one. N up or N down, anyone you can take. Here also you can take only one tension, no need to take both. So if I take this one, as this block is moving down, what are you going to write now? m1g sine 53 minus m1 into a by, that's it, no? Okay, because mg minus ma, no? T down means mg minus ma, this is down. If it was up, you can use this one also, you can take and find out the tension. Both will give same answers. If you want, you can just check out here. So this is going to become m2g sine 37 minus m2 into a. Both the formulas can be applied to find out the tension. Is it clear? Understood? Okay. Now, here you have to find out this concept here. Now you have to find out tension T1 and T2 and T3. This can be found by using Lami's theorem. Okay, you should know what is the meaning of Lami's theorem. Okay, I'll tell you what is the meaning of Lami's theorem here. So what is Lami's theorem? For example, these are the forces here. Okay, and what are the forces? Let us discuss here. For example, this is force F1, angle is alpha, and what is this? This is force F2, and opposite to that angle is beta. In this direction force is F3, and here angle is gamma. Then you can write, according to Lami's theorem, the formula here is force by sine of angle alpha, which is opposite to that force, and here F2 is equal to sine of beta, and F3 is equal to how much? Opposite to F3. This is called as Lami's theorem. Okay. So how are you going to find out here in this case? How can you find out here? You just draw one line like this. What is this going to become? 30. And what is this going to become? 90. Okay. So if you draw one line here like this, if this is 30 means remaining is 60. And what is this? 90. Okay. So now I will draw the diagram like this. Okay. Now this is T2, and opposite to that what is angle here? Just 90. Okay. This is T3, and opposite to that angle is how much? 90 plus 30 is how much? 120. And this is mg, no? Okay. This tension T1 will become mg here, and the total angle here is 90 plus 60 is 150 degrees. Okay. So just apply here T1 divided by sine 150 is equal to T2 divided by sine 90, which is equal to T1 means in the place of T1 you can write mg, and this is sine 150. Okay. So sine 90 is 1. Okay. So then you can find out T2. T1 also you can find out, T2 also you can find out very easily. Okay. So T3, this is T3, T3 also you can find out. T3 is not there. T1.
So
Okay. Sine 150.
first you got T3 by sine 150.
This is T3.
Sir,
No sir,
T3 divided by
120 ana.
sine 120. T2 divided by sine 90. T1 divided by 150. Okay. So T1 and mg both you can take, anyone you can take, because T1 is equal to mg only, and the total system is in equilibrium now. Okay. So you can take either this or this, both are same. I think you can do this one. Is it clear? Come on. This is down means minus, up means plus you will get. Okay, that's it.